Good morning. We are tracking a clean countdown here at Pad 1B at the Lucayan Space Flight Center, where we are now T-minus 5 minutes and counting until the historic, inaugural flight of our Gepardo 2 vehicle in our hands. Now, you might be looking at the vehicle on your screen and wondering exactly where the Gepardo 2 fits into the Lxweb family, since it's a brand new profile for us. Well, this is actually a fantastic story of collaboration. This vehicle was originally founded and built by our longtime friends at Diamond Aerospace. We've signed a contract to take over Gepardo 2 to bring this dedicated small lift capability into the fleet, offering a highly flexible, reusable path to LEO for our customers. For a bit of backstory on why this mission is so special, Diamond Aerospace actually served as our inaugural launch partner, successfully delivering our Biosphere satellite to orbit. That mission kicked off our Earth observation initiative, providing critical planetary data and cementing Diamond Aerospace as our first ever satellite contractor.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That relationship quickly evolved from a single payload contract into a robust, strategic partnership. Lxweb subsequently provided the launch services for Diamond Aerospace's Alloy constellation, executing a precision deployment to build out their orbital network.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition, engines full power, and liftoff. Vehicle is pitching downrange.
4 months ago, Diamond Aerospace announced a strategic retirement of their operations and a stop to vehicle manufacturing. However, given the exceptional flight reliability of the Gepardo 2, letting this proven small lift capability retire was simply not an option. Lxweb quickly stepped in, coordinating with Diamond Aerospace to secure a contract for total ownership of the Gepardo 2 architecture. This ensures that this high-performing, reusable asset remains active and available for future manifest slots. Turning our attention to the payload tucked inside the fairing today, we are flying Radar 503, a cutting-edge prototype satellite developed in collaboration between LSAT and an anonymous private aerospace partner. The primary objective of this mission is to validate our next-generation radar connectivity architecture. Once deployed, Radar 503 will serve as a high-throughput data relay, testing live telemetry loops between lunar orbital assets and ground stations right here on Earth to pave the way for real-time deep space communications. We are now just over a minute before launch. We will stay silent and come back at T+.
Flight directors, go for flight. T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ignition, 2, 1. We got this one.
Vehicle flight operators proceed to Booster Raptor chamber pressure is nominal.
Liftoff of the Gepardo 2, marking a historic
Power
new
and telemetry
chapter as
nominal.
this vehicle takes to the skies for the very first time under the Lxweb banner. Powering through the tower, the vehicle is tracking a clean trajectory. Pitch program is in, and telemetry confirms the vehicle remains healthy and on a nominal flight path as it heads downrange.
Max Q.
And there is the call for Max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure. This is the point in flight where the vehicle experiences the peak mechanical and aerodynamic stresses as it accelerates through the dense lower atmosphere. Telemetry continues to look good, and the Gepardo 2 is handling those loads beautifully as it heads toward the vacuum of space. We are coming to MECO, stage separation and ignition of the second stage.
Acquisition signal Houston.
Booster engine cutoff.
And we have confirmation of MECO, main engine cutoff. Stage separation confirmed, and second stage ignition. The single vacuum-optimized engine has successfully started up, guiding the upper stage and our radar 503 payload onward to orbit. As the vehicle climbs out of the dense layers of the atmosphere, we are coming up next on fairing separation, which we just saw on our screens. With the second stage continuing its journey to orbit, our attention turns back to the first stage booster. The vehicle is currently executing its descent maneuvers, heading down toward the ocean for a controlled parachute recovery. By utilizing a parachute recovery system, we are able to safely retrieve the booster hardware, significantly driving down manufacturing costs. More importantly, this architecture enables a rapid refurbishment cycle, allowing us to dramatically reduce turnaround times between flights as we continue to scale our launch cadence. We are now just past the T+4-minute mark in today's mission, and all systems continue to perform nominally. The second stage is tracking a beautiful trajectory as it carries our radar 503 prototype payload higher into the upper atmosphere. We are now coasting towards SECO, second engine cutoff. This will mark the shutdown of our upper stage engine once we reach our targeted insertion orbit, setting the stage for payload deployment. And we have confirmation of SECO, second engine cutoff. The upper stage will now enter a brief coast phase before executing a second, planned ignition of its vacuum engine to finalize our target orbital insertion parameters. With the upper stage coasting safely, we shift our attention back to the first stage booster. Live telemetry confirms the vehicle is tracking perfectly on course as it descends through the lower atmosphere for its parachute-assisted recovery in the ocean. The first stage booster has officially crossed back into the Earth's upper atmosphere, passing the threshold of entry. Telemetry indicates a smooth, stable descent as the vehicle utilizes the atmospheric density to naturally bleed off velocity. All eyes remain on the recovery zone as the booster guides itself down toward its final parachute deployment. And there it is, we have confirmation of parachute deployment. The main chutes are out, swiftly decelerating the booster as it utilizes atmospheric drag to bleed off its remaining velocity. This sets the vehicle up perfectly for a controlled, soft splashdown in the ocean recovery zone. Absolutely spectacular tracking data as we await final touchdown. And we have confirmation of a successful splashdown. A flawless inaugural flight for the Gepardo 2, ticking off every single mission milestone on the manifest today. A huge congratulations to the entire team at Mission Control for their exceptional work monitoring the vehicle's performance throughout ascent and recovery. And of course, a special thank you to our partners at Diamond Aerospace for trusting us with this incredible, high-performing vehicle architecture. That is going to wrap up our live webcast coverage for this morning. We will be posting updates on the upper stage's final orbital insertion and the deployment of our Radar 503 payload over on our X profile. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.